Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. 8 o'clock. It's a Thursday, 24th of April. We ain't got no time. I got a big plan and I got goals. If I can get through all of this stuff, then I get to sit back and do something I've been promising myself I could do for too long. And if we don't get there, stop being so mysterious, they said. If you're watching live or you're watching later, don't forget, join the Discord, where we put all kinds of stuff, people sharing. Thanks everybody for submitting those links. Recently I've been working on Empire. Might have well, we'll see if we get through it all. My big deal today, Real-ESRGAN trainer. It's working great. It's just cooking. I reckon if you put it down to batch 10, you can run it on 16 gigabyte. I reckon if you put it down to batch 8, you could run it on less. You know, just take the batches down. It'll take longer, but then you can still do it. So it might take like 5 days, but I bet you could do it on an 8 gigabyte now. Hello everybody, welcome. Hello Fernicar, hello Control Alt Art. That's a cool name. Hello Kurt Curtis. Welcome, Phil Dive. I'm glad you all could make it. So, what have I got for you? Well, obviously, I do plan on taking a little look at the Real-ESRGAN. What I've done is I've put together like a wrapper that goes around the original. So I forked the original repo because the problem is it was written for Torch 1.7. And I'm doing a bit of research at the moment into custom Real-ESRGAN training for smaller image sets to see if there's any merit to it, to see what the impact, what the effect is, how many images you need to make an impact, that sort of fact finding. And so to that end, what I've done is I've sort of made an updated version of the Real-ESRGAN trainer. It works in the CLI, as you can see. It's cooking away right now on the screen, as you can see here. It's just cooking away. So, yeah, thanks Full Dive. I'm doing great, mate. Thank you very much. I hope you're all doing great. Like I say, I've been cooking up so many things. As usual, we're spinning lots of different plates. But the first thing on the menu, as I say, is Real-ESRGAN. And I am going to stop this in a minute, so I just want to show you, you know, what it actually is. I'm not going to go through a tutorial or anything like that because it's just, that would be a bit harsh at this point. But what I've done is I've simplified it down to an install.bat, and then you put your paths into a JSON file, and I've made it super easy. So you just put in, really you just put in the path to where your input images are. In the end, what I did was I just put the images in this path, right? And then you run a prepare bat, which creates the data set in the, you know, from your images, updates the meta. Remember to use underscores in your file names, because I didn't, and that caused a bit of a headache. I was like, the AI was like, I was having him look at the error, as we do, and he couldn't figure it out. And do you know what it was? Every image I have goes image name, space, bracket, number, bracket, and the space was breaking everything. So what I did was I made a little script which just turns spaces, just turns space file names, spaces to underscores. Simple script, but if you've already named your files, you don't need this. So anyway, if I show you the dataset real quick, this is my eval set dataset. It's a bunch of my photography from a past life. You could probably buy these on a stock website if you look hard enough. Anyway, the point is, it processes them down into these different versions. Now, the human eye can barely discern. Look, you can barely tell the difference, but that is actually a squashed image right down. That's a super small version of that, which is the full res. I'm sure you know what a GAN is. I'm sure you know what ESRGAN is. It's an upscaling model, and it learns the difference between the different scales. It's a simplification, but it's good enough. Right now we're on epoch 290, which is 9,300 steps. So I tend to check it every 5,000. So basically I'm going to stop it at 10,000. On a 4090 with batch 12, it's going to take 1 day and 8 hours to do 75 images. But they're all 4K. They're all at least 4K. You know, this is like this was my photography portfolio. It looks a bit boring nowadays. That's a little bit overexposed. You know, it is what it is. I'm proud of each and every photo. My favourite one is the bench. Hang on, I need to find it. Where's the bench? It's the best one. Man. The funny thing is, I managed to take a photo from that bench that... Oh, yeah, you shouldn't say stuff like this on the internet. I could see a bridge that was very far away. That's all I'm going to say. I took a picture of a bridge that was very far away. About 34 miles away. I think something. I can't remember exactly now, but... I'm babbling now. Come on, where's this bridge? Oh, man, really? It's because I'm in the folder of I'm looking through all the resizes. Alright, so anyway, there's a folder of a bench in there. You can imagine it. It's probably better than what you were going to see. Now we've built it up too much. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this trainer. But we're going to test the Gradio aspect of it. Because I haven't even tested the Gradio. It's probably completely broken. Because to be honest, all I was interested in was the tool. And if all you have to do is go install, set the config, prepare and train, that's what I need. Because I can take that to an H200 and up the batch size to like 70 or something absurd. And then what would have taken a couple of days will take 6 hours. So, and like I say, 6 hours at $3 an hour. It's not cheap, but it's not expensive either. And if it gives good quality, it's worth doing. But the question is, how many images? How much? How long? You know, is the benefit discernible? I can see a benefit from the training already, but it needs to be tested properly. So, anyway, obviously, I'm going to keep letting this go until it hits 10,000. Where are we? We're at 9,400 right now. It looks like every 3 minutes-ish, it does another 100. So I don't know. What's that? 20 minutes-ish? I'm not even going to try and do the math right now. Okay. So while it's doing that, I got a new thing to show you. So first things first, let's go to Civic Green. Oh, are we not even signed in? Come on, mate. El Drifto. Okay. Alright, nice. So yeah, so my plan is we're going to start the... Oh, yeah, see, this is the thing. It's all timing. So... because I have to stop the trainer to start comfy. I do actually have memory. There's no way that I'll be able to do captioning right now. I'll have to do it after that. Okay, so let me just make a note of that, actually. That's going to have to happen after that. Yeah. Oh yeah, CLI, git push. Alright, well we can do all of that other stuff. Okay, cool. So if I come over to my GitHub, we just actually go to page 1. Okay, there it is. I need to update this because I did a whole bunch of changes to it. Right, so what do we got? Gradio. So we've got to be careful what we're doing here. So data sets you create yourself. we don't want to add the VNV. And experiments, the pre-trained models I'm not technically allowed to upload, you know? But yeah, you get them from a link that's in the README on the main project. It's just a fork of the actual normal. I'm just not trying to give you a bunch of my crap, because obviously, you know, it's my repo. But yeah, basically, if I just grab all of them, I think we just go, haha, that's what it came with. So I just want to make sure that I get everything. This is all part of their original repo. Alright, cool. Aha! Dragon Diffusion, welcome. Pretty sure you can caption on CPU, not with Quen, but with others. Yeah, if I can't do it with the best quality, I won't bother, because it's sort of like an established baseline now. Like, but I appreciate that. It's very, you're not wrong. And to be honest, Quen isn't like the best. There are actually better captioning tools out now. It's the one that fits into the workflow. I'm still looking for one that's like super efficient, to be honest. If we can get one with the same level of quality as 2.5VL for captioning images like we do. I don't mean for everything, because that's the thing. Some of these vision language models, they can actually do so much, like masking, boxing. They'll do all kinds of different stuff. It's not just tagging and describing things. So it's sort of like, yeah. That's, I think, why Florence was so good. And even Florence could do all of that stuff. It could do segmentation, masking, and all that. So, Resurgan Radio rolls off the tongue. So that should be up to date now. I think I'm going to make it public, because it does actually work. I got too many things in private, which I've like not had time to finish lately. Come on, let's go. What? Oh, here we go. Just going to throw us through a loop. Yeah, because what I found was that all of the trainers, well, there weren't any trainers, actually, and the scripts that were out there were for Torch 1.7. So I thought, I'll just fork his thing and update it, but it's not really updated. You'll see what we did. We used like a deprecation script, because there are some modules in there that aren't the same anymore. They're called something else. I'll show you in a sec. Like, to be honest, I didn't have to do it. Claude did that. But hey, let him get on with it. That's what I say. Am I going to get scammed by the timer? Okay, so it don't matter. They change like every 3 seconds. Okay. So there it is. It's up. And it's like, it's, you know, it's the same. I'm probably going to write some documentation for my bit, but right now, like, we're going to do that now, but it's install, and then it's prepare, but you obviously need to set your config, and then it's train. So there's 3 steps to make mine work, you know what I mean? And it'll just do it all in a virtual environment for you. And that's essentially all you need to make the Gradio work. So what we're going to do now is see if we can get the Gradio to work. So first things first, I'm going to get Cloud to create a... It's funny because it's still training. It's going to take another 10 minutes. We're close. So if we go to plan... Oh, and yeah, that's it. I said I'd show you. So, that we wrote. It's... Man, is he a wild man? He is. So he put it in the... It's not like him to do that. Where did you put it? It's in there somewhere. Okay, that's weird. I could have sworn there was like a new script. Oh well. Like I said, I don't question it. Okay. So this is all set up correctly. Remember, JSON, it's double backslash. Doesn't matter if you're Windows, okay? It's double backslash in JSON for paths. What I did was I copied all of my images into this little spot here. Remember the underscores, spaces will break everything. The script will take care of the preparations. So then, like I say, you end up with these 3 sizes, and then that's what gets shown to the GAN when you run the train. Very simple. And again, if we go back to the config, look, we can see scale. That's the 4x, 2x. So you want to train a 2x model, you put 2x. But obviously you would need to then train it on a 2x model. This is going to be trained on the X4 Plus base. That's what I decided to just make it work with the base, and if we can train on fine tunes, even better. But for now, you know, this is just the base, right? Batch size, I was talking about this at the beginning. You can get away with 14 on a 4090, but if 16 would take up all of the memory of the 4090, all 24 gigs, like clean. So it's not really practical, I don't think. I think 12 is a good setup. Like I say, if I just show you right here, there it is. So it's been running like this for a couple of hours. It's on 18.1. Can't see a memory leak or anything like that. It's just sitting there. Okay, just running through epochs every 5,000, I think. Well, in fact, I think it's saving them more regularly than that. But it saves a checkpoint every 5,000. I think that's a resumable save rather than just a save. When you're testing it, I believe you use the G. I believe when you're testing it, you use the G. So let me just show you what I mean by that. So when you actually train the model, you're going to end up with experiments. And as you can see here, look, it's got timestamps of every single iteration. Okay. But as far as I can tell, these ones are just training states, which I believe you can resume and stuff. Okay. But this one is the latest version. So this is the upscaler, the D and the G. I think the G is the version which you distribute, and I think the D must be like to be able to continue, you have to have the pair or something. I'm not entirely sure. All I know is when I load it in, this is the one I need in Comfy. If I remember right, we'll check that in a minute, see if I remembered right. What are we on? 9,900. Oh, we're nearly there. See, I'm going to shut it off at 10 because then it's done something. Right? It's definitely not enough. It's like shutting something off at 2 out of 10 epochs, right? But I'm not trying to carry this on during the stream. I got other things I need to do. Dragon's always having extreme things happen to him. Very accident prone. Was that 10k? Did we just hit 10k? I think we did. Yep, saving models and training states. Right, cool. Obviously you can alter this. This is the total steps, total training goals, as far as I can tell. Anything else? Oh yeah, the GT size. The default is 256. Now somebody told me that 512 might be more appropriate for the modern GPU ecosystem, because you've got to remember this was recommended back in 2022 when it came out. So cards generally have more VRAM and are faster, etc. So you need more memory to make this higher, but you know, there's an argument that 512 might be a good choice. But I'm going to give it an experiment anyway. I'll be doing all that. But yeah. So, like I said, you get your model. Ooh, we got a 10. Right, let's see it. And then we're going to stop this. Stop this. Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, because I want to check out the other things, right? Close that. So what we need to do is diddly diddly do. I didn't want to leave the folder though. Okay, show me. Right, so models. Let's grab the Net G10 and put it in comfy. Oh yeah, we'll obviously want to start comfy as well. Upscaling models. Put it in here. And I'm calling this eval set because, you know, for lack of a better word, right? Eval set. Like that. Just leave it like that. And then we got a workflow that's already made. Here's one I made earlier type thing. I'll need a browser though. Got a browser? Yeah. Okay, we'll give it a minute. Come on, comfy. Wait for comfy to kick in. Right, while it's doing that. Oh, okay, so we're on a race, are we? I think I win. Sharona! So, I've got a photographic data set, open source from Unsplash, of a woman modelling as a cave woman with a spear, wearing this fleecy type outfit. Yeah? So what I did was I put it into Midjourney, and I started off with just 2 images, right? And I asked for like, I think I gave it a Cyber Society image, and I said no sci-fi, no helmets, you know what I mean? And after a while I took the Cyber Society out and just kept evolving and feeding it back into itself until eventually I had like a good spread of woman in, we're looking at the cave girl vibe, right? And the plan is we're going to make a style model with the Midjourney images, train that, and then we'll use ControlNet with the original photos to make an even tighter model, which will become the character. It's kind of like a 3-stage process to get to where you want to be. And then at that point, you can start throwing her into the video model. Okay, so let's just throw this ESRGAN. ESRGAN. There's always a Discord open somewhere. I can't stop it now. One time I was driving along in the car and the laptop starts ringing in my bag because I didn't turn it off. And I was like, why didn't you use my phone? I don't know. So, press R. And that should give us the ability to load, because look, I was testing eval set net G5000, so we're going to go for net G1000. We're going to make a few changes to this workflow. Do you know what? Let's grab one of the Sharonas. Okay, okay. And I'm going to put it on SDXL. I'm going to put it on fill crop. And we're going to say eval set 10,000 because that's what this is. 10,000. Alright. I'm going to break this up a little bit because I want to get times for different things. I'm keeping the original image, and then I got 2 methods of upscaling here. We're going to do the bypass group. This will be interleaved. And this one will be G original. So in other words, the resize which we're actually upscaling, because it's not, you know, this is like 1456 by 816. Hello Louis, welcome, welcome, glad you could join us. So as you can see, we're bringing the image in, we're doing image size adjuster to find the best safe resolution that tiles on 64. We're then using nearest, bicubic, fill crop, and then we go and we do our fine tunes Real-ESRGAN. So let's see what we get. Right, let's change this to standard 4x and then interleaved 4x and then original input. Alright, I think that should be good. Might want to consider doing Lanxos, you know, but we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to put them all on for now and get this up here. Go. Can't spell it, can I? Difference. Enhance image difference. I don't know, you've probably seen people do this before, but what we're going to do is we're going to plug two images into the difference with an exponent of 0.75, make a preview, and then what will happen is, if it's black, the image is the same. And if it's different, we'll be able to see what the differences are. So, obviously, I'm going to take it from this one. Does make you wonder though, these are all huge, you know, like they're even much larger than the original. The original is 1456, this is like 5,600 by 3,000. Do you know what, it's not bad, but did it actually make any difference? So what I want to do is, first, let's just look at the difference between the original. I mean, it might be quite... they're not going to be the same size, are they? So I'm going to have to just do a hard resize to make them the same size. Kind of annoying. Ooh! Ha 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 ha, I can cheat. I need to unpin it. So that will take whatever it is back to its original size. Yes. There we go. This is more like it. So a little bit of a sort of like side quest, extra step, diversion, whatever you want to call it, but there it is. And the way, how you might think, well, how the hell are you going to even use that? Because it's not really connected to anything. And I'll use clip space. So I'll obviously put this into a group and say compare difference. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll say this one. Copy and paste, and then we'll use the standard paste. Right, now I'm going to change the image, so I've got something else to work with here. Let's go with that one. I don't even know. Yes, goggles. Midjourney loves putting goggles on everything. Might have to in-paint them out, but then again, what's going on might just be a bad image. Well, we'll use it anyway, right? And it will give us the opportunity to see this as well. So. coffee is real. Okay, so there is a difference. You can actually, well, I can see it pretty clearly. It looks, probably doesn't look that, yeah, look at that. Okay, all right. Interesting. I'll probably have to give it, I mean, it's sort of like you have to look from the outside of your eyes to see it. But it's sort of, yeah, you can see this is what the Real-ESRGAN model is doing to the image. You know, this is the difference, you know what I mean? It's basically left most of it alone. Okay, in like a couple of places it's changed things. And by the way, it always looks like a weird colory mess like this, so don't worry about that. It's just the colorization of what's been changed. It doesn't actually mean necessarily those colors are being used. But yeah, so it is working. Even after only 10% of the training, it's actually doing a lot. Now, obviously, you already have the base model. So really what I have to do is I have to compare this with the base model. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, to see what is the difference between, you know, what I've trained and what it's doing. Yeah? So, let's see if we can save that. So that is where the models go. Right, and I have a projects folder somewhere which has, don't worry guys, it's safe. She's the safe version. So let's see, I'm trying to find projects. Right, come on mate, help me out here. Windows, I swear, sometimes it's not me. You like mouse over things? No? You don't want to do it? See? Look. Sometimes you mouse over things and then this like pop-out window takes over half the screen. I wish you could turn it off. I'm going to have to like hack the whole system to get it to not do that one day. I'm lazy though. Right. So if I come into experiments and then I go into pre-trained models, we can grab the original. So this is what it was before we even did anything. Now look, it's not fully deterministic, so it's not the most scientific, but it's the closest thing we're going to get to a comparison. So there it is. No. What? Oh, I've already got it here? Oh, that's cool. Let me compare them. Okay, alright, I don't need to copy it because I already had it. But if you didn't, you could get it from there and you copy it into the upscale folder, upscale underscore models in the config. So it turns out we've already got it, which is even better because that means I can take these two. Oh, the freaking switch is in the way. Right, I can take these two, Control C, Control Shift V, and then we can build a comparison down here. I don't think we really need to do all of that again. Oh wait, I'm being an idiot, of course. It's because I want it to be different. I knew that. There. Okay. So then down here, duplicate. Yeah, I need basically I need a project file. Yeah, project name, not project name, primitive. There it is. I'm thinking too many steps ahead. Nope. Right. There and there, and then I need to change this one to original weights. Okay. So I got something to compare it with. That makes sense. Yep. Alright, cool. And then obviously the last thing is to get the original. So let's find out which one. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I did it with clip space. Right. So now what we'll do is we'll do it live. So I will pull one into here, and then I will pull one into here. There we go. Excellent. Excellent. That's perfect. And then, like I said, that's the original output. So that's what you should expect to get. You know. Oh, this is what was put in. Yeah. Okay. I think that's, yeah. The only thing I could do to make it more interesting would be to put one of those, like, you know, a wipe, left, right for these two. But that one's really small. We're already doing a bunch of like upscaling and stuff. Oh, is everything pinned? No, just that. So yeah, I just forgot what my pattern was there for some reason. Alright, cool. If I put this in the middle and make it orange, maybe people will notice it. Alright. Let's get a new image. Again, Midjourney with the headphones. Can't help itself, can it, guys? Headphones, sunglasses, glasses, ski goggles. Spend the night with Midjourney, you'll see every design of helmet and sunglasses that, and earphones that exists. Are we good? Is it already done? Nope. There we go. Ah, it's the interleave. So I'd already done the rest. I'm doing this one, by the way, to compare mine with the standard. Oh, okay, that's a bit different. Okay, so the difference between the base... Oh my god, that's so hard to see on this screen, man. Right, do you know what? I'm gonna have to like save this and Photoshop enhance. Photoshop enhance. Hey, do you reckon we could just drop it in a chat and just say enhance this image? I can't. That'd be great. I don't think it can actually do that yet, but I haven't got the latest ChatGPT, so. Let's just go like that. Okay. Give me the power of Photoshop. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's probably that one. Oh, haha, now we're cooking. So I've had to like super cook this so you can see, but it's colorizing the difference through the spectrum. Now I believe that hot red is less change and green is more change, but it's not necessarily that simple. This is the difference between what it supplied and what it already knew. So I'm comparing the output of the base model and my fine tune, but it's hardly had anything. It's hardly had anything done. Still interesting to see. This is the difference, but it's kind of like, yeah, but what do the colors mean? A nice experiment to see, you know, visualize it, but can't really go much further than that. Interesting, you can still see the fake background, or it's like still in there. Anyway, that was fun. Like I say, a little bit of an experiment with the whole difference thing. But we're not actually going to need to do that every time. So what I think we'll do is put the original there. There's nothing really got done to it. And then turn the difference off. I also don't really need to see the original every time, but it would help to know that you're not breaking it. Because look, if this is the output, this is supposed to be a cave girl. Just saying. All the prompts say that. Okay. But this is why I'm going to fine-tune my own style first. Okay. So at the moment you can't really tell the difference between the outputs, but that's fine. It's like it's only had 200 out of... It's a... No, wait. 2,000? No, it had 10,000 out of 100,000. I haven't tried the grok generator. No, not yet. Everything is going to get better, you know. So I'm not too fussed if it's something. If something is bad, it's something to keep an eye on because it will get its day. Every dog has its day, as they say. I'm sure you can relate to that one, Dragon. So there it is. This is my Real-ESRGAN eval workflow. So obviously I'm going to want to make this like a little bit more official and then actually put it up. Because, you know, we're releasing... Is it like making anything right now? No. Why is it being weird? It's only 3 gigabytes loaded. I don't know. Weird. Alright. So yeah, photo depth prompt. Nope. It's not any of that. This is Real-ESRGAN Trainer Tester V10. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? ESRGAN. That'll do, that'll do, that'll do. And then we can save it again and then export it. Okay. Workflows? No? Yes? Examples. I know it's not technical. Well, is it? No, it's not technically. I suppose if when I put the Gradio, I could put the example in there. So, but I'm going to include it in here anyway. I'm just going to make a new folder for it. So, Real-ESRGAN train. Oh wait, compare. /t.text. T. Yep. Bloody hell. Where'd that come from? The dust's got me. Okay. All done. Real-ESRGAN. So I'll put a link for that one up into the inside line. Test your ESRGANs. So you'll find that in the Discord. Links in the description if you want to join. Okay, good stuff. So let's see. Done that. We haven't done that. We've done that. Okay. Gradio time. I should be able to just launch the Gradio with a script. I've just never tested it, so I bet it will fail now. Let's try it. No, not Gradio. It's called. Because you have to start the virtual environment, so to save extra steps, start _interface. I get so lazy, I don't even like typing that much. 2 words is too much. Alright. Ooh, you're using 4.0, but there's 4.44. All right, fine. So straight away we got an issue. Let's see. So how will I fix that? So I think it's in here. Is Gradio in here? Nope. So that means it's probably in the install bat. Yup. So let's just sort that out, shall we? There we go. So now. It's all constant. Show me the file. Yes. My God. All right. So, do you reckon it'll actually run though? Start interface. Didn't I already run it? Oh, crap. I already ran it. Yes. Feels like I need coffee, but I ran out, so there won't be any. Okay. So you can do install environment. That's cool. I thought you'd have to, like, how does that work? I thought you. This is so funny. AI is so funny. So how are you going to install the environment when you're already running the Gradio from inside of it? This tab's pointless. Anyway, keep going. Right, so we put our thing in. We hit prepare. Go to training. I guess it takes it from here. It's not clear. Everything that you need is there. You've changed that. Oh, interesting. There's an inference section. That's kind of cool. Look at that. So yeah, it's even got our thing here. So all right. Well, let's test the inference then at least. Wait. Okay. Uh-oh. You getting errors, boy. Uh-oh. You getting errors. Okay, well maybe the Gradio's a total disaster for this project. Oh my god, there's so many errors. It just keeps erroring. Okay. So, probably what I'll do is just change the name of the repo to CLI and just run away with my tail between my... To be honest, I thought it would be fun to make the Gradio, but there's so much weird about this. The way the AI has made this one, he's like, do you want to install your environment? No, because we're already running in it. So what's that going to do? Delete the thing we're running, and that's pointless. And I've got Comfy, so I don't really need this. It'd be nice to have, but it clearly doesn't work. It's like bugged out, big time. Big time buggo. Can we close it? There we go. Yeah, cool, but nah. Alright. That's alright. Not everything has to work. There's plenty of other things. Like I said, the CLI working is far more important. That actually does work. Getting good results from that one. Alright. Okay. So, what's up next? Next would be... Have I started training Sharona already? I don't think so, because this was running. So let's kill this and go to our captioner. Okay. So I'm thinking Sharona clean. Okay. Because let's be fair, you know, like if you can find her data set, it's open source, you know. Alright. Now this one is, it's technically Venus. Right, let me have a look for the folder real quick. What? I just switched to a folder and it didn't open. Close that. Close that. Come on, boys. OG Sharon safe. Alright. There's like... is that all there is? Oh boy. There's only... Oh yeah, that's right. Don't get myself confused. So this is what we started with. We started with... Oh, she's behind me. Hang on there, ladies and gents. So we started with this, right? Come back here. So we went into Midjourney, and actually only like 2 of these images were actually allowed into Midjourney. Midjourney was like, no, it's unsafe. There's too much person here. And so, you know, like I said, I used them. Can we just show you the Midjourney session? Show you the Midjourney session. Here we go. Look, can we get it to here? See? If I scroll back, you're going to see a... Oh, I gave her a zebra as well. I thought it was a cool contrast. Kind of hard to get the zebra sometimes, though. Anyway, if I just keep going. Keep going. I'm afraid to use the scroll because it turns into like a completely different project. Come on, internet. So yeah, I think you can see the point. You're just changing the inputs and feeding the good ones. Yeah, this is the correct direction to go into. And you'd go from like, you'd be like, oh, all of these are too photographic. This one is artistic. That one got put into style. Keep going. All of these I think are too photographic, you know what I mean? So I just keep going through them until I'm like, yeah, this is the right amount of illustration versus photographic, and then just keep on pumping up the style so that if, you know, you're building in this. It's 2 things. It's a character and it's an art style at the same time, but the character is going to variate loads. So what I do is I take the best ones out, curate that as a style, and then apply them to the original images. The resulting images will have a consistent look and character appearance, and then we can train the character model with that. And you could create other characters as well using the same process. New style model, new real person collection, right? So then you've got the consistency in the input data. Because right now it's all over the place. Look, it's like a different girl in every picture. It's completely changing every time. There's even a dude sometimes. Illustration of Venus woman. A cave girl. So, like I said, you get a lot of variety. But ultimately, in the end, we finish this process with a data set, which I now need to caption. So, let's go and find it. Did I put it? It's not that one. We keep ending up in Sharona for some reason. Where are we? This is actually a set I've had for a long time. I've had to pull out all of the pun safes. People are training Borg queens. That's cool. The dragon said, is she a clever girl from the 90s with furry boots and headphones? Yeah, that's what it tried to do, yeah. It's quite funny. You shall need to do a training stream on poses. You just need to use my pose. You need to use my pose loader and cook some poses. Yeah. Like I say, anyway. We're getting away from it. Soon I'll be giving away all that stuff as materials anyway, guys. So if you just stick around, it'll all be in the repos soon. Because I'm trying to make a media pack to go with my tools, so that you can just hit a batch file and get like loads of assets to just use. Loads of like captioned images in all different styles and whatnot. We're going to be doing something kind of cool in a bit as well. As always. So let's see if I can't... Why do we keep... Look, we keep ending up looking at this same... She keeps photobombing the stream. Let's just kill this entire thing here. I'm going to end up having to go and find it. Wait a minute. No, it's definitely on this machine. Hang on a second. See, I'm just arguing with myself. There she is. See, I was like, we were doing stuff with her earlier. See, here she is. I don't know why she's wearing VR. I did say no technology. But maybe there's a little bit of curation required. We've got 91 images. I'd say 91 images is a good start for a style train. And then I'll curate and make a whole new set, you know. But yeah, these are good enough to go together in one big old, you know, they're like consistent. Some of them are a bit too, like, it's weird. Look, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So what it kept doing was it kept on giving me, it almost was too photographic in the face. Other than that, it's good. This is actually like line work, you know what I mean? This is what I was looking for, because we've already done a whole bunch of styles lately, so I wanted to do like a more illustrative ink line type thing. Alright, so like I said, we start off with an idea, we take it into Midjourney. Yeah, you got it, Hurricane Pirates. This is the idea, trying to make a simple character in a simple world. Everything's too complicated, so I'm thinking, Comic Engine's pretty cool. I think I used that a long time ago. I need to, maybe we should fork it and enhance. So I'm going to rename it Sharona and see what it does. Look at all these spaces. I wonder if I can use my script to fix that now. Hang on. Because I made... Hang on. There it is, rename files. The originally named rename files. Lost my place. Here we go. Paste it in there. And Python rename files dot come over here, buddy. Python rename files. It's not working. It's not working. Oh, lag. Weird. Uh-oh. Why am I lagging? I'm lagging hard. What the? Oh yeah, okay. It's this is preset to look into it's hardwired to look in one place. It's not what you think. It don't matter. All right, they'll probably get renamed anyway when we train them. Okay. So this is the path I need. So I'm going to shove it in here. All that derailing for that. How many images we got? We got 91 images, so we're going to put 91 images on the timer. All the countdown. Got Sharona clean, so we're going to want to change this to depiction of. Oh wait, this is a style model, isn't it? So that means illustration of, and then we're going to call it I'm into this now at the moment. So illustration of Sharona style cave woman, and then we'll let the LLM take care of the rest. So at least I get that much in, right? That much is guaranteed on every image. Yeah? So now, if I want to make sure that the style, yeah, I think I might do a little trick here as well and put at the end. Shouldn't that be in the, oh yeah, it is in the app end, yeah. So I'll say this appears to be a watercolor with ink line detailing. Inked. This picture, this drawing, don't want to say that. This image appears to be a ink detail. That might be a bit too on the nose, but I want to make sure it's in there. So I'm kind of wrapping the Quenviel here. Let's just make sure that there's a... Oh no, it should... No, it's going to do a comma space for me. Okay. Maybe. Alright, well, let it rip and have regrets if I made a mistake. Or not, and just delete the queue and fix it. Alright, what's it looking like? Has it done it yet? So, this is the sexy Uncle Sam outfit, which is pretty, I think it's pretty safe, don't you? It's pretty safe. And it does actually learn it really well. If you load the LoRa and then use the depth, it makes excellent variations, really high quality, it gets the fingers right. And I haven't even started using Canny yet. So, and the idea is to actually use different Canny depth combinations or start getting pose in the mix to make them just a little bit more accurate. Then you can start applying different maps to different layers when you start splitting them out, putting them back together again. So it's all in the mix. Nice trick is having an empty version of the scene, which is not always as easy as it sounds. Obviously, if you have everything under control, you just take a picture of the photo booth before you take the pictures of the person, right? But if you don't have that, then you could try in painting the person out. That does actually work. It works well enough that when you put the person back over the top, there's no overlapping problems. But if the pose changes a lot and the in-paint quality isn't good at the core, which is where the problems usually are, because it's kind of like when you remove a person from a scene, you usually end up with like a little ghost that goes like down the largest bit, and it just looks like a weird smudge just in there somewhere. It's just like a little ghost. How are we doing? No, it still hasn't done one, so it's doing this one first. I thought this would make an interesting short story. Obviously right now it's all over the place. There's no attempt at coherency in the first stage. What we're trying to do is get consistency through the theming, and then we'll curate another tighter set using this tool once it's trained. So by using Sharona style cave woman with higher quality inputs. Look at it, the zebra. I thought it was a cool contrast. I'm not sure about the orange straps, but just the idea if you've got this orange, she's wearing some kind of animal skin, I don't know what it is, and then you have a zebra, and that's the character concept. No idea on the setting. I was just thinking about doing Conan with whatever this is. Is she a demon now? You've got to be careful with these AIs, man. Start to manifest. But yeah, the idea is the character will get a lot tighter when we start transforming a collection of real person, real photography. Yeah. And do the combination, and it will make it a lot more consistent. And then you train version 2, which is a character model of the person. And then you also have a much tighter style model as well, or the ability to train one with the same data. So yeah, like I said, what's with the VR headset? Does it actually tag it as VR? Let's see. Dark hat and goggles, giving the impression of a character from a video game or animated series. I nearly got tagged Halo 3 again. Goggles. I said no technology, and it was like continue. Midjourney's. It's like it'll give her an iPhone if you're not careful. So yeah, it's like Barbarella, you know, Barbarian Nella. And it started to get a bit too anime towards the end as well. Yeah, very much. I was trying to go for a more European style of illustration, and I think it did it for the most part. But like I said, we'll get a consistent face by training a character model, which is, like I said, like steps down the line. But yeah, you'll see this Laura eventually pop up, probably the style, and then the character will pop up, and then probably, maybe, we'll see, because the outputs from those later generation models will be training the video model. Yeah? I wish there was a different name for all this stuff. I just said model for freaking times, and it meant something different every time. Ah, well. It is what it is. So yeah, we're tagging. We've got 70 more to go. So I've said enough. That's it. She's getting trained later. Maybe even in a minute when this runs out. Okay? So the control net, the actual original images that inspired these images will be used with ControlNet and the model that I'm training. There you go. It's complicated, but it makes sense. It's like a loop. In fact, why am I even... So, we had some photos. Okay. We have a concept. We use Midjourney with custom V7 with images plus style reference, and you just feedback as I just showed you. Feedback, and also it gives you the ability to sort of go, okay, I can like think about this and go who, what, when, where, and most importantly, why. All of these things with a conversation will go into your narrative bucket. I'm going to write under myself, aren't I? Narrative bucket. So that would be all of the files, your world, your characters, your universe, and eventually the story. So, oh look, it's like a little book. So anyway, at this point what we've done is we've taken the photos and the concept art, and then we're going to train the style Laura. And then we're going to take the photos and combine them back with the style model, and that will create the character model. So they're independent. You don't, unlike the previous models I've been doing, you don't need to run them both at once. This is just like a one-stop method to go from, oh, that's cool, to now you've written a book and it's illustrated. You could probably do it in a day. A combination of Midjourney, training Flux models, and then like going into one video ultimately to do like 3-second promos for reels to promote your book / comic / whatever it ends up being. But the funny thing is, you can literally spin it all out from some photos of some person. You only need like 4. and then some tight artworks done in Midjourney. Midjourney. So that's pretty much the long and short of it. So I hope that was interesting. So then, I am going to work on the bucket later, because if I did it now, that would mean I'd written 10 books in a week, and I think that's too much of the same thing for one chap. You know what I mean? I can't just fill the channel up with, oh, we're going to write another book today. We're not, unless it's like something significant, you know. So we're moving on. And also, we're going to do something, a little something, which I'm late. I'm 10 minutes late. I'm 10 minutes late, guys, for a little thing that we like to call coffee time. Right then, while the coffee is coming out of the machine, let's see what we got. Hurricane Pirate says, do we need to break it down to character, outfit, style for consistency? And Dragon said, a woman said that to me once, it looks like a little smudge. So regarding the consistency thing, you will find that you will get consistency if you train consistency. So what we do is we put all the effort into the beginning, and then through successive retrains it gets tighter and tighter without the expense of losing elasticity. Because you do want to be able to prompt her into doing things that you didn't actually train. Otherwise, what would be the point of estimating new images? But yeah, we're going to be making a new feature. So right now we're looking at copy time. We're going to make another one. New chair's falling apart already. Can't take the strain. Hello, I am back. Right. Got 25 images left on the captioner before we can start training. So let's take a look at that rotation video Laura. One more time. We're going to need this as well. Okay, so this is the upscale part of it, isn't it? Yeah, this is just the final effect step. So I'm going to need this as well. Okay, and then what's this? Ah, yeah, so this is an experiment. Here's Venus Cop. Here is one of the original photographs. It's only 600 by 390. And then we're applying, I think, outpost style to this one. And it comes out a little bit like that. Kind of interesting though, because if I was to turn this depth model off and just go with the prompt only, it's just going to make my images. So we're seeing like a blend of strong control net with high denoise, and I think it's a relatively low mix, yeah, but it's still there though. Anyway, it's just, you know, different ways of driving the image. See, I actually think that running canny in with text to image is usually the best way to transfer something into a different style. Sometimes depth is a bit too strong. You could obviously turn it down, but we're only using it at 0.7 right now. Anyway, so rotation Laura. We're not looking at this right now. This is just a bog standard image depth Flux workflow. So let's have a look and see if we can't find what I'm looking for here. If I just type WAN image prompt video lines native. I think that's probably what I had open the other day. So obviously I got all of them anyway, but this should be good enough. Let's have a look. No, that says photo shift on it. Do you know what I love about Comfy? He overwrites your bleeding workflows all the time. So let's just jump back in here again, and wow. It'll like have the wrong file name, and then it'll save over the top of. It's the tabs. It's the tabs. The craziness. So let's grab one straight out of my out of this folder here. So what was it? What was it originally? It was 30. Yeah, that's this one. Oh, 40 special. What's that? There's a special one. Ah, it has the bit at the end. Okay, so we do this separately now, like I say. I've actually got a companion that does the upscaling and interpolation and special effects. It does that last with a batch manager, so it doesn't blow you up, and then you can actually get 4K out of it. Look, I'll put this one on 4. The reason I go with 2, right, a lot of people go on about 4K, okay? If I do this at this size, it will actually play back on things. If I go to 4K, it's actually so big that it won't play back on all devices anymore. Do you know what I mean? Some people won't be able to watch it. It won't. Certain platforms will refuse to upload it. That kind of stuff. You get into that territory. So it's like, yes, it's good if you're putting it on like your own channel or a platform that does support 4K. But if you're like, oh, I want people to share this in a feed or something, it's not the best. That's the funny thing. Doesn't apply to every device. Maybe you've got a good phone. Not everybody does. Alright. So let's get back. So right here, I'm just going to take the end off. Chop. No more. One video, one video, one. Right, now there is a rotation LoRa I want to attach in here. So let's see, what do we got? We got 720p Q6K. Do I not have the Q8? Nope. So I'm going to use Q6K. Wow, so we could even make this better. Well, we'll see. I might have to go back to the 16 because this one. What do we got in here? 12114B. That's T2B. Yeah. So okay. I don't want to be wasting time here. So all right. Shut that down. Looks like we're using that. So there's a better there's another model you could use, a Q8, which is slightly higher quality for slightly more VRAM, right? But it'll be fine, I'm sure. Big doggo. Big doggo. 704 by 1280. Do we want to make it tall format? Probably, yeah, actually. But then no, we want to make it because we're doing a thing for the break, right? Project name will be Water Time. Don't get your mind out of the gutter. I mean, I want to drink water. So. What's this? She's looking at the camera. Yeah, of course, because we did the sign with the previous one. Good. So it's like multiple workflows in order. It'll all make sense. Okay. Water time. So obviously we haven't even made the videos yet. Okay, we're getting there. We're like going back, but I need to sort out the LoRa chain and what the trigger word is, all of that stuff. Do you know what? It might actually be easier to just pull one of the old videos and just drop it in here, but it's not going to be that much different, so... LoRa Power Loader. There we go. we just splice that in, and then we look for the WAN LoRa for rotation. 360 Epoch 20, I think that's the one. Now I need to remember. Now I need to remember what the. Has anybody got the number for that donkey cart? So I need to find the WAN 360 LoRa and get the trigger word. I've forgotten what it was. I think it was like spin around or something. Hopefully, is that the same one? Oh man, come on. Why is everything X-rated? This is why I didn't go on the thing. What the heck? Okay, so I'm never going to find it. I got 240 results from 360. I mean, I think it's that one, but I got a funny feeling it's... Oh no, that's not the same one. Hold up guys, we're having technical civet issues because we can't find 360 Epoch 20. Hold up. WAN 2.1. 360 degree rotation. Is that it? I think that's it. I think that's it. Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? So, that's weird. Well, apparently, it should work if I just do that. Yeah. And wait, what? What's this? This is one of my workflows from off my GitHub. What the hell? That must have been hiding in the clip. Normally I have something feeding into it from here, see? But it had... Anyway, it had some interesting prompts in there. Okay. Right. So from here we got Zenkai image prompt. We're doing a prompt swap. So what I want to do is I want to get scale. Yeah, we're going to do, it's not that, it's going to be video depicts an attractive woman with, and it would be red hair. Such a bizarre prompt. Right. Red hair, holding a sign. Red hair, holding a sign, wearing, what's it, wearing an American, what was it called? Uncle Sam style costume in the American flag colors. Yes, that's what it's going to be. Okay, good stuff. All right. Now, I don't think I'm going to need the Zenkai prompt stuff or the prompt swap stuff. I just need to give it, like, some images. For now, I should be able to just give it... Not Sharona. Not Sharona. Didn't I post one of these already? Hold up. No. No. Oh no. Oh. Backplate. Oh crap. Okay, I think I lost it. So I was messing around yesterday. Outpost style, outpost, and then okay, I think I can fix it. So if I just say not depth prompt but image prompt, yeah. All right, here we go. We're back in. So go Venus Sharona. No, we haven't trained that model yet. We're doing Uncle Sam. There we go, Uncle Sam, right? And then pass that string up to there we go. So now we've got the Uncle Sam collection. So that's basically a woman who's doing a photo shoot and she's holding blank signs. Okay. Rotation orbit, I think that's a different Laura, but you might be right. There's lots of them. I know I got one of them. I think I got the remade version. I think the one I have is the remade version. But to be honest, there's so many 360 ones now. I couldn't say for sure. I couldn't say for sure. There's so many of them, and they've all changed, you know, because they all change their thumbnails, don't they? So you can't remember. I don't remember what the name of the guy was, if I'm being real. You know, it's not in the file name. It's a thing. Who made it? I don't know. But the one I have works well. Maybe I'll just get a new one. That would solve the problem, but... can you show it with your power loader? Oh yeah, I've just... Oh wait, we're not even in the right one now, are we? So anyway, we need to get a move on. So, Venus, Uncle Sam. I don't think I need to load anything. Oh yeah, wait, there's the Venus safe. Where is it? I have to press R. It's in here. There it is. Venus safe. There we go. Right, okay. And so it's going to give the correct prompt. So let's just put that in there. And then outpost. No, we're not using outpost. Take that off. I'm just sorting out the stuff here because I've got like so many different ways of like hooking it up. But all you need to know is I've got a prompt loader which has got a pair of images and prompts, and then I'm just going to pull them out. They're going to go straight in, and I believe that I have the prompt and the image that we're pulling here, and then it'll get upscaled. So let's just change this up here to Uncle Sam, and then I need to get it to do holding a sign. Reads and then we're going to make it even more complicated for ourselves, because I do love making convoluted processes. So if we come in here to so now, like I said, we've gone final upscaler with effects and everything. The actual video animation, sorry, more special effects, text stuff, the video render, and then next to that the image generation. And now we're going to make it even, I'm just going to add another layer of panache. So if we just go into custom nodes, DJZ nodes, there's a little folder that everyone's forgotten about called wildcards. And I'm going to create a new text file here called water time. Oh no, not a folder. A new text file windows. Come on now. Text. It's probably my fault. Water time.text. And inside of it, I'm going to say get hydrated, water time, drink more. If you've got any water slogans, two or three words, throw them in the chat and we'll add them to the list. And what's going to happen is every image it'll randomly choose a slogan. So if you want to throw some in, I'll add them to the list. Hurricane had to run. Thanks for joining, my guy. It was nice to see you. So let's see. Also, while you guys are furiously typing away, I'm also going to take these 3 suggestions and put them into Claude. So it's a competition now. As a sorcerer. Okay. Please write more 2-word slogans to encourage people to drink water. Slippery when wet. Dragon. 2 words. Stay quenched. I'll keep the file open just in case you guys add some more. Don't waste it, just taste it. What's it? I'll say, don't waste, just taste. Greetings from New York. Hello, Velocity. Thanks for joining, my man. Greetings from New York, indeed. The Big Apple. Die thirsty. Dried up. Dried up. Splash me. It's probably not your one. Splash me. All of yours have got a strange theme to them, Dragon. What else we got? Slippery when wet. Dear oh dear. Batch size 8. Thirst Killer. I like that. That's a good one. That sounds like a funk song I'm going to make. Alright, that'll do. Let's move on. So, if we now go to our first stage, what we've got is this is an image-to-image workflow. Where's the flux? We ain't got flux. No flux. Flux. No. Flux. Yes. Flux. Yes. Bring it all the way back. Now, I'm not going to need the depth for this one. So, what we got? We got Venus, safe, yep. Uncle Sam, yep. Okay, so it's all looking pretty good, actually. Okay, so all I need to do is inject some text. So that's why I have these lying around, you know? So, let's just disconnect that one. Let me get rid of these for now. We don't need spare stuff, yeah. Gonna need that. Plug it into the string weights. Plug that into text B, and now it's going to be, you know, part of the prompt. It will come at the end. So whatever the prompt's going to be, let's just get a preview of the prompt real quick. It's obviously going to change. Okay, so depicts a person, top hat, plain background. So it doesn't say anywhere that she's holding a thing. So actually, I've got a better way of doing this. We're going to do it with... Wait, I shouldn't have, like, killed it. Just disable it. I got a better way of doing it. So what we can do is we can do injection, not injection, replace. We'll do prompt swap, or prompt inject even, yeah. Prompt inject v2. And we can say inject after, and I'm going to aim for cosplay outfit, which is going to be, that will be in every prompt. Let's see, not squinting. So cosplay outfit is my target. And then my injection will be cosplay outfit, comma, holding a sign that reads, and I think I use something like $, water time. But I'll have to check that because we're not actually using the thing. So let's get the wildcard thing here. It's like a pass-through wildcard. That's the thing about it. Like, the thing about my wildcard thing. So we've targeted... Hang on, it just broke it, didn't it? So if I say... Actually, I'll say outfit. it's not going to say outfit again, I don't think. Say, yeah, let's just do outfit, and then we'll change it from outfit to outfit, comma. I hope it can handle that, because I have given it the ability to, like, you know, do multiples and regex stuff, so I don't want to make it think I'm doing something else now. But in fact, let's hit the space and just say wearing a, not wearing a, holding a sign that reads $$ water time. There. So it should just replace, right? So if we go from here into there, and then we go from there into here, and then from here back into there, and then just queue it up. So yeah, the full chain is now inject, and then detect the wildcard, and then text. So let's see. Yeah, there it is. That reads pure refreshment. Yeah. So it works. There's a little bit of like weirdness going on with spaces and commas, but that'll get ignored, or, you know, the spaces don't matter. So, and then as I say, put that into there. Good to go. Like I say, it's nice to just probe what you're doing as you're doing it, because you can see what's going on and kind of like manipulate things as you're going along like that. Alright, so again, quick and dirty. You could spend time getting rid of the little bits and pieces if you want to make it clean, but the effect is going to be the same. So Uncle Sam, we got our LoRa. Remember, we've trained LoRa on these images. So the images that we're bringing in that were being used for depth. As a matter of fact, I think we could actually, yeah, we can keep the depth, because that's, yeah, we can keep the depth. It's just, it'll be restricted to the poses that are already there, whereas if you turn the depth off, it'll be able to make new poses that aren't in here, but they'll be less accurate. So let's go with the depth first and see how it comes out. So that's the image that's being used. There's no sign. Not all of them have a sign. So I'm going to let everything load up, and then once it's loaded, I'll probably skip it before it starts the upscaling side of things. Oh, I see, Dragon. You've been working too much with the... Yeah, man. It is what it is, you know. I can't blame you for being wet if you're a pool engineer. But you should try to stay out of the pool. It'll make your skin shrivel up. But yeah, man, it is what it is. So, like I said, what we're going to do is we will actually put it on fixed. So I'm going to change it to the next one, because I know it's not going to be this one. We're going to find one that has her with the right sign. Go from there. Right, here we go. We're going to get our first estimate. Hopefully it's not crap. That is a hard one, because it can't really see what she's doing. The gloves don't even fit. It's alright. It's not great. It's alright. But no sign. No sign, no dice. Let's see what the next one is. However, water wins. It is set up correct. Okay. Okay, so we've got a sign. We'll probably go back to this one in a minute, because no text is easier. I just thought, this is fun. We'll see if we can get it to do the thing with the randomized sign. You know, the text on the sign should be first killer, apparently. Or not. Or you just get nothing. Turn the depth off. Oh yeah, stop the upscale. Yeah, that's a shame. It just did nothing. Basically just recreated the image perfectly on a slightly different color background. But hey, you know, that's useful too, I guess. See how the glove doesn't fit? Like her fingers aren't even taking up the gloves, so the AI tries to recreate it. Oh. See, when you turn the depth off. Awesome. All right. I got a different idea. So, if we just go back to the one that wasn't, where there was no sign. Okay. So yeah, that was fun. It doesn't work. Cool. So I'll just turn that stuff off. I'm sure it does work, but right now with all the other stuff we're doing, it doesn't work. Okay. Just bypass all that nonsense. May as well just leave it. Actually, I'm not going to use it again tonight. We're going to have these back. Oh damn it, it's been upscaling. So, the concept is simple. You collect a whole bunch of images up, and then we're going to do what we're going to do. Oh, that wasn't too bad. It's a shame. It's a shame it seems incapable of writing. For some reason, this is all we're getting. I think it's able to see with depth whether it's empty or not. I would just in-paint the text, or, like I said, do what we're going to do next. So yeah, come on. Come on! Is that seriously that image? I could have sworn I changed it. Hang on. Stop. So, once you've gotten a whole bunch of images done that you... Control net's on, right? Why is it still... Oh, it was... Is it on randomize? No. Right. Stop. I bet it will be... See, before it was like, oh, we're not getting anyone with a sign, and now they've all got a sign. Hang on. Sign. Hold up. Does this not move? Oh, God, not this again. Can we move? Yeah, we can move. Okay. So I just technical difficulties, trying to get started, and every image I have has a sign on it. Yep, there's another sign. Yep, cool. Got another sign. Yep, she's got another sign. Got another sign. Great for in-painting. Like, these are in order, so what's going on here? Crazy nut job. Come on. Right, finally. We get one. That's what I needed. A pose. See, it would have been much more efficient to just get my open pose stuff, but I'm trying to keep it on topic. Okay. So now that's fixed, what it's going to do, it's going to generate this with the depth, and we're going to get an image like this. And then we're going to let it upscale it, and then we're going to take it into the next step. Because right now we're like, you know, getting hooked up, getting all caught up in explanations and demonstrations, but ultimately it's make cool images. Once you've got a folder of cool images, go on to the next step. So I'm just going to get one, and then we're going to move on. Yeah, it's great to see there's so many WAN LoRa's up on Civet now. There was hardly any last time I looked. That was probably like a week ago. So I go WAN LoRa. filter on, it's hardly made any difference. It's funny though. Right, so we've got our image. What's been done, recreated and whatnot. Actually very close. Very close. Like, if you zoom in and look around, you'll find lots of details that are different, okay? It's not the same at all if you look at it. But, you know, for a passing glance, you'd be like, it's the same image, you know? And the original 833 by 843 by 1344. This one, 1664 by 2688. And it doesn't look unnatural, okay? It's still got JPEG artifacts and all this sort of stuff. You can see, look at these edgings here. It's almost like an anti-aliasing, yeah, but it's not. It's part of how it learns. So, what's it say here? High text voyage by peasant something. Anyway, right. So let's save this and move to the next tab, which is WAN video, image to video. So let's grab our lady. There she is, created with Jaguar GGUF6, whatever, GG8, sorry, Q8. Now we're in WAN 2.1 I2V 14 billion 720p Q6K. Obviously, follow my articles. The details are in the workflows. So right now, attractive woman with red hair. Has she got red hair? No. I'm going to change it to long hair. Holding a sign. She's not holding a sign. I'm just going to say wearing an Uncle Sam costume in the American flag colours. That's correct. Okay, 16 frames per second. We're going to be doing 17 frames to keep it short. Should have to load. Right, so now we're going to find out if this is the correct trigger word. Oh. We've got to change the resolution. Ah, do you know what we've not... Aspect ratio Johnson. Yeah, we don't want any smut posted to the chat. We're just an art club. Thank you. You know, there's plenty of places where you can post that stuff. We don't need that clout. It's fine. God damn. Do you know what? That's no good. That's just going to rotate round the ass. Yeah, we're going to have to figure this one out. See, the problem is the images I've just made, they're all just too tall. Wrong ratio Johnson. Right, so I think what we'll do then is, for the purposes of the demo, we'll just switch it round. It's fine. Just switch it round. It's fine. I wanted to make water time, but I'm gonna have to put more work in than just making 1 or 2 videos, right? So obviously when I come back to this, I'll put something else together, and so on and so on. It's fine. May as well stop it actually, there's no point, that was going to be balked. Please be a sampler you can stop. Yay. Right then. How long is it going to take? 20 minutes? Oh my god. It's far too long. See, this is why we don't end up getting the other. See, I promised myself if I have enough time, there's this thing I've been saving. 2 things. And we never have enough time. But it's fine. It just means I'm going to have to start early again, doesn't it? You know, I keep saying 2 hours isn't long enough. It's not long enough. Sometimes I'll stay up late, but then it's like you're borrowing time from tomorrow, you know? That's not good. But yeah, we have actually looked at everything I wanted to look at, just no bonuses. And we didn't have time to write the Sharona bucket. But again, like I was saying earlier, we've already done that 4 times this week. Well, 3 times for 3 genres each, so 9 times this week. Has anybody tried WAN Law Emerging yet, says Dragon? Why don't you try it? It's going to be the same tools. It's going to be the same tools. You just need to figure out if there's any special rules for WAN Law. You know? I don't know. I've never worked with them, but I assume if it's just if it's merging 2 of the same thing, it should be okay. If it's 2 WAN Laws, you should be able to merge them with each other. Although you've got to be careful, because if similar concepts, they can collide and destroy each other. A little bit like matter and antimatter. So like if you had like attractive woman and attractive woman, you put the 2 together, they might conflict and actually damage the knowledge of what attractive woman means. This is why sometimes you can break. I'm sure you know this, Dragon, because you're even thinking about it, but it's an interesting thing for anybody else that's you know, interested in that. Oh, it's not going to be 10 minutes. It's going to be like 3. Something like 3 minutes. Oh, that's far more manageable. Because we've got this to do next. So I will change the text to say water. Okay, and then we will make water, water, water. Oh yeah, of course. I need something which is like tall. There's a good example of the style models that we're building for illustration. This is not upscaled, so it's like that's outpost style using depth and style model input. Outpost style, and then this is using and that's using the Empire style. Same image input. Not anymore. I should have like some should have some like scenes somewhere. They're all called the same thing. They're all called Jaguar 3. Every single one of them. What's that? Oh yeah, someone made me that. Redial made me that. When we were doing the Joe Rogan stuff. This was the best one for quality of matching it. Okay, because look, it's spelt right. Everything looks perfect, but here's the thing. When you put it in the scene, it didn't fit. It had been altered in ways that would never go back in place. And I was like, no. Because it was square, you know what I mean? It was like, it's perfect. How the hell? This was ChatGPT did this, I think. So it took the screenshot of the Joe Rogan experience and it literally just went, it's Scuffed Epoch experience, done. I was like, that's impressive. That's impressive. Because I know how much work went into making this. And so it's, yeah, anyway. It's literally spot on. You can't, like, it almost even looks like the bulbs would, you know, connected upright and stuff, you know what I mean? You can see a little wire there. Whatever. So yeah, that was genuinely impressive. So people talk, I even talk down OpenAI a lot, but they got it. They have got it. When it works, they've got it. Not perfect. If you zoom in, you can see little bits and pieces here and there, but I think they're actually masking artifacts. I think they're actually like the darkness and stuff, like, you know. I think that's what's happened. I think actually what he's done, he's just done the Scuffed Epoch part, and this is original. I think that's why it looks so good. But it's nailed. Totally off topic to what we were doing though, but yeah, look, this is what it looks like with SDXL. Yeah. And then that was Jaguar. This is all an old project, man. It's an old project, man. Where's that background I'm looking for? It's probably been like hidden away somewhere. God damn it. It's like complete lost cause, mate. Alright, well, anyway. Video should be done by now. There it is. She's doing a little spin. Okay, this should be actually quite interesting. So I'm going to save this. And we're going to move to the next step. And because this is all really complicated, I'm just going to do a load video. This is set up for batch directory mode, right? So that's why it's so complicated. But I can just use a picker. Just pick her there. And then let's just drag that one to there. And ignore all of that stuff. Mute him. Text engine video 2. Alright, so it's going to be water. My only concern is that it's too narrow. It's not even 16 to 9. I don't even know what that is. Right, let's just go. Let's just go. Go. It should be set up to ready to go. So what's it going to do? It's going to do InspireNet RemBG. It's then going to join that image with alpha. We're going to see previews for everything. So as you can see, there's image 1. So it's telling us it's going to work at 704 by 1280. And another one, 768 by 1408 is what it got adjusted to. So it actually went up a little bit, but fill crop, so maybe we lost some edges, I don't know. It's fine. So then we're going to get our mask, right? There she is, looking great. And then we're going to use my video text node to use a font with offset, padding, line spacing, all that good stuff. And she is going to have two words put behind her, and then one word put in front of her. And then we do every frame. There she goes. Alright. Now, I could use the background replacement version, right? With any image that I have. Or I could use the image that she came with. Okay? It doesn't really matter which one you want to use. This one seems to have more of an outline on it. But that's because the resolution of the background doesn't match at all. I don't know, they're both pretty clean, to be honest. I mean, I guess there's no shadow there. You get a shadow on this one, but it also goes a bit nuts. You see what I mean? So it's like, you get things, but you also get other things. I think, should we go with the... Obviously, she's going to slow down in a minute, guys, okay? Yeah, so let's just save both of them. Save both of them. I like to give both rows to show, you know, we can do background replacement with just an image. You can do it with video, or you can keep the original video. It doesn't matter. As long as they're all the same size, it's totally fine. And then we move into the final stage. So that would be this one. So obviously I'm going to upload that one. We'll just use it, the one with the original for now. It's funny, like the background replacement is cleaner, but it lacks the shadow. So you could also put the. No, I was about to say there is no original. Okay. So what we have here is we have cathode ray, no screen curvature, no scan line intensity, just glow, color bleed, and noise. I'm going to turn noise down to 0.2. And then we're going to do rife interpolation. Now remember, these videos are usually 30. I'm set up for frame pack right now. I know we're in WAN, but I'm set up for frame pack. So it's going to force rate 30 to whatever it is that's been here. And then this is going to go to 60. Now, if I wanted to slow, say I wanted longer animation, but slow motion, I could just say 30 and it'll be doubling the length. What I tend to do is keep the length the same by doubling the frame rate. That's the only thing you have to pay attention to when you're doing frame interpolation. Okay, so match the numbers. So when you load at 30, combine at 30, and that will keep... sorry, that will slow it down and you'll get more footage. But if you go 30, double the frames, 60, playback rate is the same, it's just smoother. We want to slow this down, or I want to slow that down, so that's why I'm going to go 30-30 on this one. Now, oh, there's only 17 frames, so the batch is just going to do one batch, I think. Yeah. But it's set up for long videos, basically. It'll do, yeah. Anyway. There we go. Much better. Okay, now let's look at it with the background replacement, because sometimes all of the post effects actually help to solve the mismatches. Still the shadow isn't going to be there, but, you know. Save the preview there. And then obviously what I do is I set these up with on like a directory batch mode, right? So I'll have a folder of images that are good, yeah? And then I'll have, another, folder of videos that are good. And then we'll have a folder of text layers that are good, and then final upscale interpolation that's good. Okay, there it is. Oh, what's that? There's something weird going on with the leg, like her leg is teleporting. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's zoom in. Enhance. In fact, you know what? Let's slow it right down. What I'll do, obviously, I don't want to do the upscaling again, because, it'll get so big that it'll get out of control. It's already 1536 by 2816. That's fine. Yeah, I'm not changing the size until there, so yeah, go. Oh no, I'm going to double the noise as well, so that's not going to be great. I forgot to turn the noise down. Never mind. We're going to double it up. But yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to demonstrate this can be any person or object in focus. The background could be any image. The text could be any text in any color with any font in any position. You decide which layers, which text goes which way. Yeah. Oh, cathode rays. Cathode rays having an interesting time. Oh, in case you're wondering, the occasional banging and rumbling and things is the sound of a rotary engine being given a new lease of life as it is slowly forced back into the engine hole. Okay, let's have a look at this leg then. Right. Oh yeah! The right leg goes round and becomes the left leg. Check that out. Well spotted, Fernicar. I didn't even see that. Oh, that's freaky, dude. Her knee is just the other side. Her knee teleports to the other side. So she's like, right leg, left leg. Right leg, left leg. She'd be really good at martial arts. The right leg became the left leg under the skirt. Yeah, but you know what? It's a seamless transition. You don't notice. Look at it. That's like almost like that's like, what? This is like an optical illusion. What's going on here? What? Hang on. What? So wait, does one of her legs go through her other legs? It has to, right? It's teleporting like no clip in a video game. Anyway, that's enough of staring at Uncle Sam's skirt for one night. So what I wanted to show you was the process, which is any pre-trained LoRa with photographic inputs, right? where you can use depth or canny. Canny gives you a bit more freedom, and you can use text to image more reliably, right? But you can just disable depth and then same effect. Right now it's just image to image, but I find obviously using canny or depth is way better for getting good results, right? So at the end of that, you end up with a 1664 by 2688, which is respectable, but still has some artifacts. But I mean, look at these are loose gloves as well. Let's see, the quality isn't actually that great when you actually look, but this is the beginning, you know what I mean? So that's going to come into here, and then it's going to do video magic with it. So the first frame's going to disappear. I mean, look at the quality when you actually zoom in. Drunk much? Right? But this is the actual video. So obviously, if I was to use like a different image or a different LoRa, I can get different video effects. And then the best of those clips come into a tool like this, which is designed to put text both in front of and behind the subject. In this case, the subject is rotating. Okay? And then we slow it down with interpolation and upscaling. It's up to you how much and what. She looks a bit drunk. But yeah, so there it is. That's my solution for that one. So I got one more thing to do before I pull my ejector cord, and that is see if Civet is online, because I got a model to train. Wait, did I already set it up? I don't even remember. Venus Safe is trained, so I need to make Sharona, who is going to be a new... I wanted to make a simpler story that had less characters in it, a less crazy world, and it's just Conan with a chick. That's it. And I'm not doing it because she's don't need no man. I'm just doing it for fun. It's not, do you know what I mean? Everything's got to be so symbolic these days. It's literally just images were cool, training a model on it. It's all to educate and show people how they can apply it to anything. Yeah? So, style. Sharona. V1. Style. Sharona style. Because the thing is, my intention isn't actually... This is to help me create the character so it's more consistent. This isn't actually to create a style. It's funny, I'm training this model not because... Where the hell is it gone? There we go. See, I changed all of the things. We got... I'm skipping steps here, guys. It's because I was distracted by the other projects tonight. So what we have to do is go into output. We have to go into Quen25VL. We have to go into Sharona Clean. And it actually comes with all the images already, but that's fine. I'm just going to take the text messages. Text messages? Oh, I see what's happening here. Right, okay, fine. Oh, I see what happened there. No, yes, no, yes. In we go. Do it by name, and we should have solid pairs. Just give it a check that the striping's clean, which it is. And then we can compress it to a zip file. And she is ready to train. Yep, captions, yep, all captioned up and ready to go. I don't like that one though. It's got demon horns. It's probably the only one. Do you know what? If I haven't got time, there'll be a V2 of the style anyway, so it's literally like a foundation style to help me create more characters for the story. I probably only need like 2 or 3, you know, protagonist, antagonist, wandering wastelands, but not like futuristic. I want to go prehistoric, like do like saber-toothed tigers and stuff. Woo, might be a tiger, right? certainly haven't written anything like that. Okay, so dev sample. Can I get a caption? Can I get a caption? Oh yeah, by the way, recently I've started just captioning all my models with video depicts, not image depicts or photo depicts or anything like that. The reason I do that is because it's easy to do a prompt swap on the word video, and I don't have to do anything if I want to train this as a video model. So that's in case anybody was wondering why I keep using video all the time. It's because I'll swap it back to photo if I want. And to be honest, right now we're all about training videos, so it's easier to just make it video, I think. Anyway, so that's what that's about anyway. I try to get ahead of stuff like that if I can. It's like I'm kind of surprised that we haven't really gone past 1024 by 1024 as a base output size for a while. It seems like that's just kind of like the accepted size now. And you can just upscale it if you want to go big, which is fine. It's practical, you know. It's just kind of surprising because it means that the data sets haven't had to change, you know. Back in the 1.5 days, it would be like everyone had 512 data sets, and now everyone has 1024 data sets. So I actually wonder, I think going up to 1280 by 1280 is beneficial, but not everybody can do that because they don't have the originals. Okay, we'll go to 2, we'll go to 1024. Like I said, no, they won't even let you do it. Anyway, you want to leave it on 1024. It's the size of the images they're putting in. You can go up to 2048, I believe, on the longest side for the input images, and they'll get aspect bucketed. Cosine. Oh yeah, another thing I've been messing around with is I'm going back to old school network dimensions, which produces an absolutely massive file size compared to what most people are used to. It's probably like a few hundred megabytes, okay? And it may learn, well, it says it right here, look. The possibility of learning unnecessary information other than the learning target increases the higher it gets. But I think with a well-captioned set and good curation of the images, I think that you'll be safe. I tend to use 8, but I've been experimenting a lot lately with 32. It's up to you, you know. It does contain more learning, but it may contain learning not related to your style, so it might be counterintuitive, and that's why people tend to go with 8 or lower. Okay, but like I said, I'm doing experiments, so it's going to be 32 for this one. It is insane, Fernicar. It's actually absolutely crazy that ended up being the way to do it. It's ended up being image to image. We're going to be looking a lot more at first frame, last frame stuff tomorrow, guys. So don't miss out. There's going to be an update of a bunch of the WAN workflows tomorrow. So we're going to be looking at that. I should have some more information on Sharona, because we'll have our style. We can go ahead and create the character. And then we're going to start doing the LLM stuffs, because I'll do the narrative bucket offline. It should be pretty simple. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gents. I'm getting up out of here. It's been a pleasure, as always. And we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Thanks for watching. Basic.